Welcome back to The Inspired Entrepreneur with Heather Hope. Hey guys, welcome back. Happy Sunday. Today is December 13th. Oh, the 13th of the month. That's our anniversary. My name's Heather Hope. This is the Inspired Entrepreneur podcast based off of word for word, the book, The Inspired Entrepreneur. If you want some daily inspiration, besides this podcast, pick up the book. Pick up my book. It's on Amazon. The link is in the description somewhere. Check it out. It's a really great book. It's 400 pages. It will not disappoint. I guarantee you. So, let's jump into this. What did I start? Oh, December 13th. So let me think. Let's see, July, let me just think for a second, guys. July, August, September, October, November, December. No, January will be our 6th month. So we got married July 13th of 2019. So we're almost a year and a half in, of our marriage. So anyhow, I think we're going to go, look at houses. I don't know. I just said yesterday that I've been sticking to my bubble and not really, we'll see. I'd like to do something for today. So, okay, let's jump into today's message. Oh, this is so short and sweet, guys. Your work is to believe what you want. Period. That's it. Okay, let's break this down. Your work is to believe what you want. Okay, I talk a lot about what your work is, what our work is. Let's say it's our work, right? My work, your work is to feel good, right? Is to do mindset work, right? To line up with what you want, right? Your work is to believe what you want. So what is it that you want? Like, get focused on what you want, right? What do you want in your life? Like, what kind of relationship, what kind of lifestyle, what kind of house, what kind of job, career, whatever it is, right? What is it that you want? And then your work is to believe that you can have it, that it's coming, that it's already done, however you want to say it. That's your work. Your work is to believe. Now, this is the tricky part. I work with clients that have a hard time believing it. Let me tell you the number one thing that I tell my clients every time that they tell me their beliefs about something that they want. Basically, they're telling me that, like, something negative, like it's not going to happen, or I hope so, or I'm not quite sure, it hasn't happened yet, blah, 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 right? Or just telling me the list of reasons why it may not happen. And the one, my go-to piece of advice every single time, it's like what Abraham says. We have the same answer, guys. We have the same exact answer with every single question for 35 years. Like, but people keep asking, right? People keep wanting to hear it. And it it's almost like insanity. But my go-to advice is stop. Okay, for number one, stop talking about the reasons why you think that it's not going to work. Like, you have to stop that habit. It's just a habit of, it's a habit of going there because that's what you've always done. Let me tell you all the reasons why it's not going to happen. I ran into this one guy in a Facebook group recently. And I've seen this type of character before in different groups. Like, I've taken a million courses, and some of them come with Facebook groups. And, sometimes there will be a person who is so negative about their success. It's like, in my world, I'm just like, you got to go because I just don't like being around it. I don't like being around negative people at all. I started getting rid of negative people in my life years ago. So just over the years, I just kept weeding people out because I just didn't want that influence. I don't want, because the strongest vibration wins, right? So if it's a negative vibration, they're going to win. And my vibration wasn't strong. My positive vibration wasn't strong enough for many, many years, most of my life. So after a while, I did the personal development. I did the work. I did the mindset work for many, many years. I did the work with my clients, right? All the years I was a therapist, I did the work right with them. I did group therapy, guys, for 10 years. I was a group therapist for 10 years. I did 4 groups nearly every single day for 10 years. It was a lot of paperwork, that's for sure. And all the work that I had my groups do, I did right there with them. Like I would do the work with them. So I've done so much work on my mind, on my mindset, all of that, that when I hear people complain or talk about all of the limitations and all their excuses and all that, it is just like, ugh. Like literally, I just get like really like, like you got to go do some work. You got to do the work on your mind because you're not going to be successful if your mindset is negative. I mean, first of all, this is law of attraction, right? You attract how you're feeling. You attract how you're feeling about your success in your business. So when I see those particularly strongly negative ones, I'm just like, I just want to say, okay, you're right. I just want to agree with them because it's a lot of work to be successful, like mindset work to be successful. If you're really negative about success, about your own success, it's a lot of work to jump that fence and come over to the bright side, the bright side, right? So, yeah, I kind of want to say, okay, you're right. Everything you just said, all the excuses and all of the blah, blah, blah negativity that you just spewed, you're right. You're exactly right because it's true for you. So you're right, right? So it's just like, okay, and the other thing is entrepreneurship is not for everybody. And I had to remind somebody that yesterday, of like, there's going to be a lot of people who are not successful in their business. And it's primarily because, besides the mindset, but because being a business owner is 100% not for everybody. It's not. You have and that's okay. That's the thing. It's okay not to be a business owner because we need employees. We need people to work for businesses, right? So that's totally fine. And, I see it in some of my own clients that being a business owner is not really their forte. And that's where my Soul Aligned Business program is like, it makes you get honest. It makes you get honest about your business that you're truly passionate about. If you're not truly passionate about your business, it might not be successful, especially if your mindset is not good. You know what I mean? So if you're pursuing a business that you're not fully passionate about and your mindset is not positive, I cannot see that business going. It's hard. It would be hard to see that be successful. So, because if you're not passionate and you don't think you're going to succeed, you're not going to, you're going to be right. You're not going to succeed. Whatever you think is you're right. Does that make sense? So yeah, I have a couple of dozen clients right now that I'm finishing up with, and I can think of 2 right now, maybe 3. I don't know, maybe probably 3 people right now that part of me wants to be honest, and that sounds kind of holier than thou, but it's kind of like just knowing what I know. It's like I honestly I really would love to say to them, go get a job. Go get a job. You'll be more successful. You'll have more money. You won't be bothered. Go get a job. Give up your business. I'm not even kidding. And that's hard. So, because watching people, like I said, I have a couple, like 2 or 3 dozen clients all over the place that, I have some very, very successful clients, very successful, very busy, very, very successful businesses. But, Yeah. So it's not for everybody. And I think a lot of people go to, for the potential of the money and not working for someone else. But the reality of running a business is not for everybody. So I see that in some other groups of, the other businesses that I've started, and 100%, like there's one side of my business that I've started that can progress to building a bigger business. And I thought when I started that I was going to do that. No, 100% not going to go that route. Definitely not, because I just want it to be me and my husband, and I'm not going to be responsible for other people because their lack of training will annoy me. Like I see it, like they will call and ask very basic questions that they should be trained in, and I don't have the tolerance for that. So I know, like, that's me being honest. So I'm not going to chase the money in that regard. I'm going to go with, I know myself very well now to not do certain things in business, because it's like, no, I have zero tolerance for people who don't learn, or people who ask the same questions that that are very basic. Like, nope. My husband doesn't have that tolerance. He's better than me, but he'll be right there with me. So it's all about being honest. Be honest with the business that you're pursuing or that you have. If it's not successful after a period of time, you have to look at, why is it not successful? One, it's probably part of my mindset. Two, is it really, truly, deeply what I want to do? Those are really two important questions. If it's not, like, I was talking to one client, I'm like, or I tell them all, but one in particular, I'm like, if, Abraham says, if it's not a hell yes, or Esther says this, Abraham says this, if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. And be super honest with that question, guys, with the answer. Be honest. If it's not a hell yes, then it's a no. Think about it. It is such an important question to answer, honestly. And it's okay, because let me tell you, if you're honest with that question and it's a no, if it's not a hell yes, it's a no. If it's a no, if you get honest with what you really want, you'll have more success. It'll be faster and it'll be bigger than trying to make a business work that's not working. Does that make sense? So this is so big. And most people that I work with don't answer these questions honestly. They're not there yet. They're not, they're not really there yet, basically. Okay, so with that, let's see. Your work is to believe what you want. So knowing what you want and then believing it, right? So, and not putting an outcome on what you're doing. So, like, I'm going to do this business to obtain these things. No, it's really focus on the things you want and follow your passion. Follow what feels good in those moments. If you focus on the things that you want, like all the things you want, and you feel good about it, you'll attract the way to get there. So it's not really about you choosing, like, oh, I'm going to choose this particular field or this particular business because it makes a lot of money to be able to buy these things. I may or may not have a lot of passion for it, but it'll get me there. It may not get you there because your passion's not there. Does that make sense? This is a big reason why a lot of business go out of business, because people are chasing the money, not chasing the love for what they're doing. So if you focus on the things you want, you will attract the way to get there, the means, the way. So always focus on what you want. Your work is to believe that you can have those things that you want. Oops, excuse me. Okay, I'm going to let you go. Have an amazing rest of your Sunday, and I will talk to you tomorrow.